Dive into the world of innovation with us as we unravel the challenges, breakthroughs, and latest trends that are shaping our digital landscape. This is Tech Unmuted, your guide to the tech revolution.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Unmuted. And you know what I was thinking about, Terry?
What's that?
Things happen in this digital age, don't they?
That they do.
Man. And so anyway, if you use any kind of technology and you are on the internet, you have experienced an outage at some point in your life.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many, and it's not, you don't avoid, I mean, you try to avoid them as much as you can, but you know they're inevitable.
They're inevitable.
It's not how you avoid them, it's how you handle them when they occur.
Yes. And, you know, I believe with my heart that what we do as a company, as Fusion Connect, right, is really the bloodline or the blood life of a company. Think about it. We are responsible for making sure that our customers are able to connect with their customers no matter what. Like, that's a big responsibility. That's a huge deal. Like, I honestly, and by the way, I'm proud to be able to, say that we're such a vital part of our customers' business because we enable that connection so they can connect with their customers and they can close more deals and they can make more money. They can support them. They can help them. Not only that, let's be honest. Some people use their corporate communications to call home and make sure everything's okay. So we're connecting families too. I mean, it's a big deal what we do. And
it's not just with one platform. I mean, we do it across everything that we do. We give our customers that continuity, that's ability to have redundancy. Mm-hmm. It's not just, hey, I can do this on Teams. It's, hey, I can make it where your POTS line, your replacement line for your plain old telephone service, your POTS line is redundant.
Yeah. And so I've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing this for a long time. We know that when this subject comes up, we know how it's handled in the industry. We know because we've been doing this for a long time and how it's typically handled. I'm not saying everybody does it this way, but I can confidently say that this is a common response is, hey, we can simply forward that number. Yes or no? Isn't that what you hear?
Yeah,
right?
You do. You hear, hey, we'll forward it to a cell phone.
There you go. We'll forward it to a cell phone. Well, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. So is that a Band-Aid to a problem, or is that a clean, solid approach to business continuity when it comes to your communications, right? And that's where
Let me ask you this. If I do that, I've forwarded to a cell phone and I'm a salesperson. I work for a company, I'm a salesperson. So I need that business. If I don't get a call, if I can't receive a call, I'm losing money and the company's losing money.
Right.
So I've got a call and it's forwarded to my cell phone. That's great. But what happens when I need to call them back?
Oh, that's a problem. You're calling from a cell phone. You're no longer using your corporate number. That's right.
And that's fine for some salespeople, but for the company, if that salesperson leaves, they just took that customer with them, maybe unintentionally. They didn't do it in malice, but they took that customer with them because that customer, when they go to call them from now on, oh, hey, I'm going to call Santi on his cell phone because I know that's where he always answers my call. If I call his work number, he'll answer most of the time, but sometimes he's on the phone and I get his voicemail. If I call his cell phone, I know I'm going to get him, and now I know what his cell phone number is.
That's right.
So as a business owner, I don't want that. I don't want you, nothing personal, but I don't want you using your cell phone.
Well, that's why you have a business number. That's why you have a business number, right?
Why you have a business number?
Because it's that business's customers that it's connecting to. So I just thought that today's podcast would be good because a lot of times you hear that, oh, we can forward a number, or we have business continuity, but is it really? And I really think that what Fusion Connect is able to do is unique in that sense.
Sure.
I don't know of anybody else who has crack this code, and I think we cracked this code. And
I think so. I like the way we do it. We do it in a really in a different fashion, and it's because we are a partner. And I'm going to go through one here in a second with you.
Yeah.
And it's how we handle it for teams, but we handle it across the board, and it's really, really interesting the way that we do it. If you want, I'll show you real quick.
Let's do that. You know what? Let's just go through that. Yeah, it's probably best. Visuals are always better when it comes to, because we can talk to it, but I know folks like to see it. So for those of you who are listening to us on an audible platform, this is one you want to just flip on over to YouTube and just watch the screen as Terry kind of walks us through this.
All right. Are you seeing the technical overview?
I am.
All right. So in this technical overview, the thing that I want to talk about is I've got an off-network number. This is my customer.
Right.
When my customer calls in, PSTN, if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's the public switch telephone network. And then that comes into what we call our class 4 switches, east and west. We've got redundancy. Right. So we're running those switches, and we run those to our voice clusters.
I want to pause there for a second.
Yeah.
Because a lot of folks may not understand what it is to have a class 4 switch. What we're saying here is that Fusion Connect has their own telephony infrastructure. In other words,
correct.
We are a carrier. We carry that call, and we bring that call all the way down to your customer and back from your customer. So it's important to know that, because a lot of times you deal with companies that are kind of reselling somebody else's infrastructure. This is not somebody else's. This is our infrastructure. This is our telephony infrastructure that's redundant, highly redundant. Because you're right. We have east and west, but we actually have multiple data centers.
In east and west.
That are in east and west. So I just want to make
easier to demonstrate, though, just showing the two.
Of course. But this way they understand, right? That's what you're looking at here. This is our infrastructure. So I didn't want to interrupt you, but I thought that was important to point out.
It is. It's our infrastructure, and that's why we can do this way.
That's why we can do this. There you go.
And I've been building this out just to show those calls come in, they go to whichever switch, they go to our voice clusters, and then they hit the internet and go to you on whatever platform you're on. And right now we're going to talk about Teams, but what happens when Teams goes down? So my desk phone or my laptop, my smartphone, if Teams is down, I can't use the Teams application. I'm now stuck. I'm not getting calls in. I can't make calls out in Teams because there's an issue. Do they happen? Not as often, and I'm going to knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
But they do happen.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. So what happens when Teams goes down? Well, here at Fusion Connect, we actually have the ability, again, because we run our own switch network, that phone number is delivered to us before it's delivered to Microsoft. So we're able to say, oh, I'm not getting a response from Teams. And we check every call that we send through. Am I getting a response from Teams? No, I'm not. Oh, let me deliver it to a different SIP connection that we've provided you as a customer. That could be a SIP soft phone. It could be a physical phone. As an example, I have a bank that they actually, they are on Teams fully, and their tellers, tellers have a more standardized, this is teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. It's not the specific person sitting there.
Got it.
And then they've got a long table behind them and then a drive-through. That's a standard bank setup. Well, this bank said, hey, we want, if our main Teams phone number goes down and it can't ring my tellers, we need it to ring an emergency phone. We don't want to put an app on each of their computers because they're not logging in. We want a bat phone. I want an emergency phone, that red phone. And it's going to sit on that counter in between the tellers and the drive-through, and it's going to ring. And we said, no problem, we can do that. But not only can it ring, if one of them needs to place an outbound call, they can then click the button, pick it up, place an outbound call, and it's the phone number of the bank. So it's not going to be a different phone number. It's not going to be a cell phone. And that's the difference, is it's going to be the number of the bank. And it's going to go back out to our switches. and then that's going to go to the PSTN, and it's going to go back to that off-network number. It's going to allow the bank to maintain its identity from end to end. Because if I'm calling from a bank and I have to call you back as a customer, hey, you've called me, I need to return the call. If I'm calling you on a different phone number, then you're either not going to answer or you're going to think it's spam.
Yeah.
But and quite honestly, that's a true concern that a lot of people have. It is, as they should. There have been too many people that get scammed because people aren't abiding by the rules that we here at Fusion Connect abide by. And that's the stir and shaken rules and the rules that require that you own that phone number and that you know where that number is originating from. So we are allowing that bank to maintain their identity. And it allows their customers to have that sense of ease, that knowledge that, hey, we're receiving a call from the bank. It's the number that I've got programmed into my phone that says when it calls, oh, hey, this is my bank.
Yeah.
Hey, bank, what's up? Well, we need to do this. And they won't ever ask you for your account number. They're not going to ask you for your PIN. So don't ever give those things out, but at least you have that understanding that, hey, it's the bank calling me, or it's that car dealership that I'm trying to buy a car from, or it's this business. It's really all about ensuring that you're providing that continuity,
of your collaboration and communications. Identity. Yes,
it's your identity.
It is 100%. And it's great because you gave an example of using a physical bat phone, right?
And it doesn't have to be that.
But it doesn't have to be that, right?
No.
We could get creative here, can't we?
Oh yeah, we do it with. We actually have other customers that use a soft phone, a separate client that runs, and it can run on your cell phone, it can run on your desk, and it runs in the background. You never know it's there. Guess what? We've done the failover. It goes to that number. They can place outbounds on that, maintain their identity, and it just makes it truly seamless to them.
Could they do both at the same time?
Both, as in their desk and their cell?
Have a soft client, a third-party soft client, and a physical phone?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And there are some of the Teams-enabled physical phones. And we're doing testing with several vendors that
dual registration
that will do a dual registration.
Very good.
Pardon me.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. So you see, and this is why I think it was important to bring this up in the podcast, because forwarding a phone number is not unique to anybody.
Right. Everybody can do it.
Everybody can do it. And it's not.
Now take that back. Everybody can do it that is routing the number.
That's correct.
If you aren't managing the number, if you're just reselling somebody else's service,
you have no control.
Unless that somebody else can do it, you can't do it.
That's correct.
But as long as you're routing the number, yes, everybody can forward your number to another. And we have some customers that say, no, I don't want to do the second line. I just want to forward it to a cell phone. And we're perfectly fine with that. We give them actually the control to go in to our portal and update it to whatever they want.
Yeah. Actually, they can do it on demand.
Absolutely. They can change where they go. Yeah. We have some customers, they have an on-call. So, and they log into the on-call Teams account.
Right.
They have a delegation. So they may delegate to their individual user. They've created an on-call account. They've delegated to their user, and they switch who the delegate is week after week. And that person sets up a forward, if unavailable, to their cell phone, so that it's a different cell phone every time. And they can go in on demand and change that delegate and change that forward anytime they come on shift or off shift. But that's one way that customers are using it. But the biggest thing is giving that continuity and that unified identity. If
Yeah.
you're not providing that unified identity, then you're not really.
It's not true. It's not a true seamless
It's not continuity.
plan.
It's just
Yeah.
failover.
It's just failover. Yeah, I agree with that statement. And again, you gave a Teams example, but we could do it on Webex.
Sure.
We can do it on our SIP platform, where we had to as well.
Yep. We can do it on Webex. We can do it on SIP. The great thing, the other thing I was talking about earlier is when we think about continuity, another point of failover or level of continuity that we give when we're not talking about failover like this. I'm thinking about alarms and elevators.
Ah,
so
yes.
For those type of lines, people forever have used that plain old copper line, POTS line, plain old telephone service.
Yep.
And the prices on those keep going up because none of the core vendors want to maintain those networks. Are they just shutting them down? No. But the way that they shut them down is by, well, I take that back. They are shutting some down.
They're shutting down. Yeah. It's happening actually more and more now.
But the way that they shut it down through business is they just keep raising your prices.
That's right.
And I've seen a single phone line upwards of $700-800 for one phone line.
Are you kidding me?
No. So and
wow.
People always think, oh, I've got my old copper line, and that's what I need for my alarm.
Yeah.
It's dedicated, it's committed. I'm not gonna lose that.
We understand.
But if you think about it, if somebody's out front working on the sewer system outside of your business and they cut that with a backhoe, you just lost that phone line.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done, we provide a service. It's a POTS replacement.
Yeah.
And there's a standard. It's the National Fire Protection Act, NFPA 72.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually Protection Association. Anyway, NFPA 72. The NFPA 72 has a set of standards, and it says that you have to be able to provide power to that phone line for a period of time. Right. I believe it's up to 24 hours now.
Right.
So if that wire's cut though out there, hey, yeah, we're at the CO. We're still providing you power. Sorry, your line got cut, but we're not doing anything. With ours, we've got that battery backup built into the solution, but we also have put in a cellular backup.
That's right.
So guess what? Your internet gets cut. We fail over to cellular for you.
5G.
And we'll go 5G. We can provide that, and not just on one carrier. We can provide it across 3 different cellular carriers.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
At the same time. So it's
That's
not
awesome.
like you have to say, oh, I want AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile. You say, I want the blended plan. Right. And we can give you one that lets you, it has all 3. Whichever one has the best signal, that's who it's going to use.
That's the one's going to grab,
And you can do up to a single box will do 8 lines, and I've stacked boxes. So it's a great solution. It gives customers that not just the power that's required, but the connection,
continuity,
the continuity
that's right,
of ensuring that, hey, if they're doing work outside or somebody cuts the phone line,
I still got connection.
I still have my alarm. So we've all seen the action shows where they cut the phone line and then they break in and the alarm the alarm doesn't have anywhere to call. It's going beep beep beep, but it doesn't have anywhere to call. Well, if you've done this, it's got somewhere to call.
So fun fact.
Yep.
Like you, I have fiber coming into my house.
Oh yeah.
So guess what I did? When AT&T came to install, I said, wait. I went and I got a PVC conduit and I had them run it all the way down my wall and underground inside PVC, which they don't do.
Right.
I'm like,
they don't do that.
Nobody's cutting my fiber, so my fiber's protected.
There you go. It's protected.
All right. Well, this was awesome. I think this is great that we did this because folks need to understand the difference between, hey, I'm just going to forward a call. No, we can do more than that. And we can do it because of who we are and because of our telephony infrastructure. And
we
I
can
love
do it
the
on
fact,
every platform.
platform. Yeah.
We talk so much about our Teams platform that we lead with, but we are a cross-platform company, and we are a strong Cisco Webex provider. We have a great SIP platform. We have
got a
this
great
business
hosted voice.
continuity.
We got a great
We have
hosted
great
voice
hosted
platform.
voice.
Somebody
We
just wants to
have,
have a physical phone. We have it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. And,
for sure.
and we've got this POTS replacement solution
Yeah.
that really, it drives business and it
Yeah.
gives you that peace of mind. So, so many people, I know we talk about it a lot, but really it's all about getting that peace of mind.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Well, folks, I hope this was informative. Terry, I thought that presentation was awesome. I love
I
the build
appreciate
out
it.
of the slide. I really like that. If you want to learn more about what Fusion Connect can do for you from a communications collaboration perspective, that's easy. It's fusionconnect.com. Do not forget to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform. That includes YouTube. That way you don't miss a single episode, because Terry and I, we have an entire lineup
yes, we do.
ready for you. So don't miss this. Folks, until next time, stay curious, stay connected.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for diving into the tech world with us today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an episode of Tech Unmuted. Stay curious, stay connected.